So good afternoon all. Welcome back to electrostatics class. So let's recall whatever we discussed in the last classes. Today topic is electrostatic potential energy. So what is electrostatic potential energy? To start electrostatic potential energy, let us recall what we learned in last classes. So we calculated electric field intensity due to a point charge at a particular distance. Next, electric potential due to a point charge at a particular distance. Only we are talking about point charge, not about extended bodies, right, or charged bodies. Now, electrostatic potential energy, it is for a system, will be give a definition for electrostatic potential energy for a system. System is number of charges. So it is not defined for a single charge. So single charge, we can give a definition or the mathematical calculation for electric field intensity or electric potential. Fine. So today we will be going to derive what is electrostatic potential energy derivation for it and how we'll solve the problem. And we'll be doing JEE 2019 April 10th question based on this topic and some more previous JEE questions. Okay, so let us start off. Here, electrostatic potential energy. Now, first, if I take a unit of positive charge, this is a charge. Let me take at a distance r, at this distance r, at this particular point of P. If I ask you what is electric field intensity at this particular point, so student, intelligent student, or you all students will say KQ by KQ by R square, KQ by R square, electric field intensity, right? So I take this nothing but capital Q. So similarly, if I take capital Q at a distance R, if I ask what is the potential? What is the potential at this particular distance? Now, potential at this particular point can be written as a KQ divided by R. The difference between these two will be, what is the difference between these two? It is nothing but the vector quantity. This is scalar quantity. And we did some problems based on this, even advanced level problems also, right? Mains as well as advanced level problems. Now, electrostatic potential energy for a single system is zero. So there is for single system, if I take it as electrostatic potential energy is zero. So electrostatic potential energy is defined only for, not for single system. It is a system of charged particles or a system of charges. System of charges, right? So electrostatic potential energy is defined only for system of charges. For a single charge, if I take electric potential energy is not defined. It is not defined. So this is not defined for a single charge. Simply we can say that the electrostatic potential energy due to single charge is zero. So if I take two charges, how to calculate? Just we'll see. Take a screenshot. I hope that it is clear till here. Take a screenshot. 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Done? Okay. Now, let us go with next. Fine. Two systems configuration. System means it is nothing but configuration. But take first configuration. First configuration. First configuration and second configuration. This will be called as initial configuration. Let me take Q1 and Q2 charges are there. Q1 and Q2. Let me take one positive charge, one negative charge. Initially, they are at certain distance. Then after some time, there will be an electrostatic force of attraction. They will attract each other. That means the distance between them will decrease. That means second configuration, if I take it as a final, that means if I want to define electrostatic potential energy, what I require? Two charges. Minimum of what? Two charges we require. So Q1 and minus Q2. Then after Q1 and Q2. So the distance is plus and minus. They are attract. So distance is changed. Fine. Now to give the definition of electrostatic potential energy. First we'll give the definition of change in potential energy. What is change in potential energy? Because these two are separated by certain distance, we'll have some initial potential energy. Here final some potential energy. Initial and final. So difference in the potential energy. Difference in the potential energy, that's nothing but the potential energy difference. Final minus initial equal to. Already in work power energy, we learned about this one. So change in potential energy is a negative of work done by the conservative forces. By the conservative forces. Conservative forces. Right. F and F. See, between these two, what is the force that it is attracting? Can you tell me? This is separated by certain distance. Here, they're coming close to each other. So, what is the force that it is bringing nearer? Which type of force? Can you tell me which type of force? Electrostatic force. Electrostatic force is trying to bring nearer to it. That means electrostatic force is a conservative force. Here, electrostatic force. Electrostatic force, right? Electrostatic force or gravitational force or spring force, these are all considered to be conservative forces. So we discussed work done by the conservative forces in different cases in previous classes also, right? So this is also now gravitational force. Gravitational force. Right? Or we can say that minus W, that is conservative force, can also be written like this: minus of conservative forces. Conservative force can be written as plus external force. Okay, conservative force minus of conservative forces, work done by the conservative forces, is equal to plus work done by the external forces. External force. Even during the definition of electrostatic potential due to points are same concept we used, right? So you can recall that information here. Okay. So this can be written now. Work done. And in your 11th class, you remember or not, we studied about the work energy theorem. Work done by all forces is equals to change in kinetic energy. So from work energy theorem, work done, okay, work done by all forces equals to change in kinetic energy. Work done by all forces equal to change in kinetic energy. Hope till here it is clear, right? So what I did, just I took two charges plus Q1 minus Q2 and taking this is the first configuration or initial configuration. Then due to electrostatic force, they are attracting each other. So this I am taking it as final configuration, right? Then it will have initial potential energy Ui, final potential energy is UF, right? So change in potential energy is negative of conservative force, or which is nothing but electrostatic force, or that means electrostatic force, or in first year gravitational force is also conservative force. It's nothing but conservative force. So here work done by the conservative force, negative of work done by the conservative force can also be written as positive of work done by the external forces. So from work energy theorem, work done by all forces is equal to change in kinetic energy. Right? Hope it is clear. Just take a screenshot. If you have any doubts, you ask me. Done? Yes. Where? Yes, no, बोलिए जल्दी. Done. Understood? Chalo. Yes. Right? Fine. No. So what is work done? Change in potential energy. This is nothing but change in potential energy. Change in potential energy. Phi. So work energy theorem. How we will apply here work energy theorem? See, when you are moving two charges, kinetic energy should be equal. Change in kinetic energy should be equal to 0. See, work done by all forces. Why kinetic energy should be 0? See, work done by all forces equals to change in kinetic energy, right? All forces means conservative forces and external forces, conservative and external forces. So here work done by conservative forces plus work done by external forces is equals to delta K. So whatever we are moving the charge, even that we discussed in calculation potential due to a point charge, we have to move the charge from one place to another place. That means change in velocity should be 0, or speed. What we can say, there is no change in the speed, or change in kinetic energy should remain 0. That means final and initial velocity should be 0. Final and initial velocity should be same. Then change in kinetic energy is equal to 0. Fine. Very, very small. Or change in kinetic half mv square minus half mu square. Here v should be equals to u. That means it is moved very slowly. Okay, slowly. So charges should be moved very slowly such that velocity should not change, or the speed should remain constant. There is no change in the speed. That's delta k is equal to 0. When delta k is equal to 0, then only this condition is possible. So delta k is equal to 0. Conservative force is equals to minus of external force. That is nothing but work done by the external force, right? Let's take a screenshot till here. Then we'll start the derivation. Done. All of you? Yes? Okay. Now, what is the expression for still we to start the derivation for electrostatic potential energy, right? Quickly try to explain. See, how we are calculating electrostatic potential energy. Electrostatic potential energy between two charges. Between two charges. For that purpose, what we'll do, we'll take two charges, Q1 and Q2, which are at infinite distance. First, try to bring Q1 from infinity to the point. It's somewhere else. Let us take it as Q1 I am bringing. So there is no work done to bring this one by the external agent. So work done by the external agent bringing Q1 is 0. Next, coming to Q2, now already Q1 is there. There is a potential at a certain distance. Yes, some potential is there, which potential Vp is equal. Let me take it, the point is P. At this particular point, we have Vp is equal to K Q1 by R. Already some potential is there. Now, if I am bringing the charge Q2, that's nothing but Q2 I am bringing. Q2 I am bringing from, so this is till here. So I am Q2 from infinity to this point. Already some potential is there due to Q1. Fine. So work will be done by the external agent. That work done can be written as work external infinity to point of P. Nothing but work done by the external agent bringing from infinity to point of P. So change in potential energy, final minus initial, is equals to positive of work done external from bringing from infinity to point of P. So initial means initially it is at infinity. The potential energy at infinity is always treated to be what? 0. So final potential energy is equal to plus work done to bring infinity to point of P. Work done with the charge to bring from infinity to point P. Now final potential energy can be written as by the definition of, this is by the definition of electric potential. By the definition of electric potential. What is the definition of electric potential? Work done to bring a charge from infinity to the given point again as the electric field. So according to the definition of it, work done by the external from infinity to point of P. What we are bringing? Q2 charge we are bringing. So that is nothing but potential P minus potential at infinity. So potential at infinity is given as, it is nothing but 0. Treated to be 0 always, potential at infinity. Now potential at a point P is K Q1 by R. Already we wrote K Q1 by R. Now work done to bring the charge Q2 from infinity to given point can be written as Vp minus V infinity. Vp minus V infinity into Q2. Vp minus V infinity into Q2. Vp minus V infinity into Q2. Right? This has happened. U F minus U infinity is nothing but external. Simply substituting this one. Of course, this will be 0 here. Right? This is 0. Final potential energy is the potential at point P into Q2. That's all over. That is K Q1 Q2 divided by R. So what is the potential energy between two systems? If I ask, potential energy between two systems can be written as K Q1 Q2 by R. So this can also be written as 1-2 system. U12 system. What do you say? U12 system. For U12 system, the potential energy is K Q1 Q2 divided by R. Understood, all of you? Yes? Any doubts? I hope it is clear till this point. Right. Here A and A, all sides are equal. 3 charges are placed, Q1, Q2 or Q3. Here Q1, Q2, Q3, Q1, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Let us take it as Q4. So A, here also A, here also A. So what is potential? So for first one, calculate electrostatic potential energy for the system. How to calculate electrostatic potential energy for the system? See Q1, Q1, Q2, Q3. Let me take this distance is R12, R12 between these two. This is nothing but same only. A. Between these two R23, between these two R13. Is it clear? So three potential energies will be existing between these two. Always potential energy will be between two charges. Between Q1 and Q2, U12. Between these two, U23. Between these two, U13. Is it clear? U12, U23 and U13. So total potential energy if I require, so potential energy of the system, for the system, U12 plus U23 plus U13. Or simply I can write between these two, KQ1 Q2 by KQ1 Q2 divided by R12 plus K. Between these two, one more system will be there. KQ2 Q3 divided by R23 plus between these two, one more will be there. KQ1 Q3 divided by R13. Right? It's nothing but for system. We say all charges are equal here. Q1 equals to Q2 equals to Q3 equal to Q. Then what happens now? So for system can be written as for system equals to 3K Q square divided by A. Am I right? Yes or no? 3K Q square divided by A. 3K Q square divided by A. Because Q1 and Q2 are same, A is same. So all charges are same. Is it clear this one? All of you? Yes? No? Done? Okay. Now coming to this one, now just to imagine here, yes, three charges are there, three potential energies are there. Now four charges are there, four potential energies will get four potential energies. How many potential energies? Let me, you can tell me potential energies. How many potential energies? Can you tell me? Now Q1, Q2 के बीच में एक potential energy. Between these two, one more potential energy. This is nothing but R12. इसके बीच में R23. इसके बीच में distance. If I take R34, 34, and between 1 and 4, अब देखिए R of 1, 4, right? So 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 4, right? And one more potential energy between these two will be there. So your potential energy, if I take U of 1, 2 is the potential energy. Your U of 2, 3 is the potential energy. Your U of 3, 4 is the potential energy. Your U of 1, 4 is the potential energy. Right? So between these two, one potential energy will be the U of 1, 3. Between these two, one potential energy will be the U of 2, 4. Now, how many potential energies are there? Total 6 potential energies are there, right? Sir, no. Here, U is equal to U for system. U for system is equal to. We are getting only three potential energies we got. Here, 4 are there. We are getting 6 potential energies. So I take U of system. First one is K, Q1, Q2. If I take it as distance is A, right? It is A plus K into Q2, Q3 divided by A plus K into Q3, Q4 divided by A plus between these two UK Q1, Q4 divided by A plus this distance is how much? This is A and this will be A. These two sides are A, then this will be root 2 into A. If this side and this side is A and A, this will be root 2 into A. Then K into between Q1 and Q3, between Q1 and Q3 is nothing but root 2 into A plus K into between these two, Q2 into Q3 divided by root 2 into A. So this is nothing but 6 potential energies for that particular system. Yes. Is it clear? This one, 6 potential energies. Now, can you tell me, a question will be given to you. Here, 3 charges are there, 3 potential energies. If we are 4 charges are there, it's not 4 potential energies, we have 6 potential energies. If I take hexagon, how many potential energies will be there? You can calculate and tell me in 1 minute. Meanwhile, just you copy down and take a screenshot. The question for you is hexagon. If it is an hexagon, that means 6 charges are placed at the 6 corners. Then how many number of potential energies will be there in that system? Okay, just think and tell me. Meanwhile, take a screenshot. Here, 4C2. We can express this one as 4C2. 4C2. So 4 factorial can be written as 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 divided by 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 means 2 factorial. That is 2 into 1. Again into 2 into 1. So 2 is 2. This is 1 za. 2 za. That is nothing but 6. This is a shortcut way we can calculate how many number of potential energies will be there with the permutation combination 4C2. So combinations are what? So 2 with between 2 we have one potential energy. For example, hexagon. If I take hexagon, can you tell me if it is hexagon, how many charges will be there? 6 charges will be there. Hexagon, if I take, okay, it's not copied. It took the screenshot till here, all of you. Okay, hexagon, if I take like this, it's nothing but hexagon. Fine. So 1, 2, let me take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 charges are there. So what are the possibilities? 6 n, we can write nc, that is 6c2. So 6 factorial divided by 6 minus 2 factorial into 2 factorial. So just you can calculate and tell me what will be the answer for it. Anybody? How much you are getting? 15. 15 will be the answer. Right? Correct. 15 for hexagon. Have you took the screenshots? Yes? Yes? No? So here, if I take for hexagon, the same thing will be writing 6 factorial. 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 divided by 6 minus 2, which is nothing but 4 factorial. 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 into 1 into 2 into 1. So here 2 will get cancelled. So 3 will get cancelled. This is 1 za, 2 za. This is nothing but 1 za, 2 za. This is 1 za, 3 za. 3 5 za, how much? 15 possibilities. Okay. Can you check it out? 15 possibilities, how it will be? Take a screenshot. So let us see. Done. Right. So let me show here. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Hexagon. So can you tell me now, between these two, 1 will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Next, between these two, 7. Between these two, 8. Between these two, 9. Next, can anybody? Between these two, 10. Between these two, 11. Next, between these two 12, 15 we have to trace it out. Now can anybody tell? कोई है? Only two